particularly the library. I used to spend a lot of my time in library. That time there was no internet. I'm talking 1978, 79 time. I also met Chitra Dinukarni, who was a student of English literature here, and later she became a very famous writer. I have great memories of this city, Berkeley University. And later I was not able to make it, only this is the occasion, long time I'm coming. Thank you once again giving me this award. I really do not know whether I deserve it or not, because sometimes I feel what work I have done, really that distinguished work. Maybe anybody in my position would have done the same, because if you love your country, you do that work. That's as simple as that. I was telling Professor Ray that, I hardly come out of my country because my work is only in my country. I don't work anywhere else. Not even in next neighbor Bangladesh or Sri Lanka. I don't even work. I work only in India. And that's true in 6 states, not more. And we have different problems every day. Like sometimes we save money so that we can do some other development work, but that year there will be a calamity. Like in the last 10 years, there are 8 calamities. Gujarat earthquake, there is tsunami, then there were riots in Gujarat, and then again floods in Orissa, drought in Karnataka and Maharashtra. So every year I think whether we are in the floods or in the drought or some natural disaster. And our work requires tremendous amount of time and passion, So I'm always in the villages, so maybe 10 days or 8 days I come to city and clean all my clothes and go back. Somebody asked me today when I was delivering a lecture at Stanford that your husband talks about corporate, how to make profit, and what is the GDP, but you talk in a different language. I said, my domain is so different, my customers are so different, my interaction with them is so different than the big city or the corporate world. Though we get money from corporate houses, okay, that's the main source of income. Actually, I'm not going to talk about what is philanthropy, why one should do, etc., or definition and all. I want to tell what I have learned from philanthropy and which has affected me personally in my real life. And that made me to write all my experiences in 3 non-fiction books, that is Wise and Otherwise. I say that I'm good in my work, otherwise I really do not know what's the outside world. And second one is The Old Man and His God, that I discovered my country only through poor people. Otherwise I did not know. I knew my country has so many states, so different languages, different food patterns, all those things. But I really realized what India is only through my work, and that is through poor people. They taught me great lessons. That is Old Man and His God. Third one is how I taught my grandmother to read. That is my personal thing. My grandmother was illiterate, and at the age of 62 she started learning, and that gave me a motivation in life that if you want to achieve anything in life, age is no bar, it's your mindset. Some of them I want to talk today, that what philanthropy taught me and which changed my mindset. I was a full-fledged professor in Bangalore University in computer science, and things were right on my side. My husband was doing very well in his business, and one day my daughter, that time she was 15 years old, she used to read for a blind child. She was a scriber. There was a blind boy, and she used to write on his behalf in the examination. She was a scriber. And she came and told me that boy by the name Anand Shah, he wants to join St. Stephen's College in Delhi. It is a very prestigious and expensive college. Being bright, he would have got seat, but being poor, it was difficult for him to maintain. I was very busy as head of the department in Bangalore. In the Indian universities, when you're head of the department, you do administration as well as academic both. So I was very busy in setting up the question paper, because that's a big thing in India, and number of students will not be like 20, 30, we have thousands of students, so you have to have the secrecy, and all those papers should be kept inside, etc. So I was so much worried about the examination, so I told my daughter, oh, you can sponsor or something, and she told me, where do I have money, because you don't give any pocket money. And you, whatever we want, you buy. You don't even give 10 rupee or a dollar in my hand, and how can I sponsor? And she told me, she made a remark, she was only 15, and she made a remark. Amma, that's the way how South Indians call their mother. Amma, she said, you are a well-read, well-travelled and educated lady. If you do not want to do any social work, then you don't have a right to talk about anybody about social work. What's your duty in life? What are you looking forward in life? Is it glory or glamour or money? What's that? What makes you to work? And she was upset and she went away, and I went to the university examination center with my books in my hand, because if somebody studies in India, they understand you have two examinations, one in October and other in April. What questions appear in October should not appear in April. That's what to take care. Okay? Otherwise you lose your post. So I was very busy in eliminating the questions of the October. I went to the Senate hall, I sat there, and my mind did not concentrate on question paper. I said, really speaking, what am I looking in life? It is not a daughter of 15 who has asked me. I questioned that one to myself. Everybody should question sometime in their life, what am I doing? For whom do I doing? And what is the ultimate aim in my life? Am I in the same direction or some other direction? When I questioned that, I went on thinking about my own life. I was 45 years old that time. I said, first 25 years I worked for the academic excellence of my own career. I should never get a second rank. I should be all at the top in the list. I never bothered about anything else.